Alright, hello everyone and welcome back. This is part 3 of my Mass Effect 2 Let's Play series. Recap of part 2. We went on to... I forget the planet right now. It'd probably be good if I did a little bit of research before these videos, but anyways, we went on to Freedom's Progress, that's what it was. To investigate some human disappearances and abductions. What we learned there is that a race of beings called the Collectors are somehow, are for some reason abducting humans. We don't know what for yet. Ran into our old friend Tali Zora, who is a Quarian that we defeated Saren with. Unfortunately, things didn't end so well on Freedom's Progress with her, and she was pretty mad that we took one of her friends away to do some more interrogation. But now what we're going to do is we're going to go talk with some of the new crew members, talk with them and just sort of get their bearings and where their head's at, and afterwards we will start into, I think we're going to head right to Omega, where we're going to go get the scientist, Dr. Morden Solis. So we're going to start with these crew members and we'll go from there.
Welcome aboard, Commander.
Let's talk to Yeoman Chambers. One of the key things that we really want to talk with her, and talk with her after a few of the main missions. Eventually she helps to feed the fish that we keep up in our captain's quarters. We don't have any fish right now, at least I don't think so. We can go check that out once we're doing some more stuff. But that's one of the bigger things about talking with her is feed the fish.
I'm Yeoman Kelly Chambers. I've been assigned as your administrative assistant. I'll manage your messages and help you monitor the crew. And I must say, it's such an honor to work under you, Commander Shepard.
Very nice. I hate being a complete a-hole, but we're gonna have to.
I handle my own business.
I understand. I won't bother you unless it's important. Anything else, Commander?
Let's just sort of figure out some stuff about her. I guess at one point she's a minor romance option. You'll see some of the flirting back and forth if we continue to talk with her, but just something to keep in mind.
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Joker would like to speak to you on the bridge.
Okay.
Anything else, Commander?
And that's also what she's pretty helpful with as I try and move the hair out of the way. It bugs me when I guess my hair touches my forehead. Minor thing, but yeah, so if any of the crew members need to talk with us in order to go do some of their side missions, she's there to sort of help us with that.
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
So yeah, I mean, she did explain that she's an administrative assistant, but it's also good to get a little bit more information.
What are your responsibilities?
I'll keep you notified of any messages or appointments you might have. If any of the crew has important business to discuss, I'll make sure you know.
But is that all that you do, if you know what I mean?
Isn't that the type of task better suited for a VI?
Yes, but being your yeoman is just my official role. Unofficially, I observe the crew. Everyone knows how risky our mission is. Many of us may not be coming back. That's a lot of pressure. I have a degree in psychology. I'm good at sensing when people are overly taxed.
Ah, okay. So it's partly administrative assistant, part just kind of making sure everybody's not going crazy as we go along on this mission.
You make sure the crew's mental health is sound?
Yes. I look for warning signs. I listen. It's not a full-time job, and it's most effective when done informally.
Even though we're doing the Renegade path, I really can't say that. It just, part of me, I mean, it is good to have a psychologist, not psychiatrist, a psychologist or someone that's at least studied psychology in order to deal with a lot of the crew members, especially with these high-pressure missions that Commander Shepard, of course, undergoes. He may be fine for the most part in this game, not so much in Mass Effect 3, but some of the other crew members you don't know. They're just kind of... They weren't regular people, they were sort of top of their class, if you will. But it's still like, you're going on a very dangerous, high-profile mission. If you're going to have issues, we'd rather deal with them like this.
I'm glad to have you on the team, Miss Chambers.
Please, call me Kelly.
Okay.
Okay, Kelly.
Anything else?
Ooh, she's happy about that.
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
It sort of exited us out of the additional things. So yeah, let's sort of get her bearings on Cerberus. Are you happy here? I think she is, by the way that we can talk with her, so I won't waste our time there.
This organization has a dark reputation. Do you have any concerns working for them?
Not at all. Our methods can be harsh, but Cerberus has noble objectives. We look out for human interests. Advance human technology, save human lives. They're good goals.
One of the things that we have known in the past is that Cerberus is not very kind to aliens outside of humans. It's all pro-human, anti-every other species.
It sounds like Cerberus wants to dominate all aliens and put humankind on top.
Cerberus looks out for humanity, but that doesn't mean we hate aliens. My sister started a dog shelter, but she loved cats too. I love humanity. I also love Asari, Quarian, Turian, Solarian, Hanar. That isn't in conflict with Cerberus ideals.
I guess so. I don't like her argument about the sister starting a dog shelter, but she still loves cats. It's not like we are trying to herd up and protect humans. It's more of push them above everybody else and make them the dominant force.
You're fooling yourself if you believe Cerberus is noble.
I'm sorry you feel that way. I hope time will change your mind. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
Very curt no.
I better go.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later.
Okay. Got some Renegade points there. Not too many, because I can't be a complete a-hole. We're going to keep mostly... Oh, okay, it's all the way up there. We're going to keep mostly to Renegade options, but in certain circumstances I'll do neutral choices, because inherently I am not an a-hole. See, it's kind of cool. You can open and close the shutters. You just kind of take away some of that.
Op check is clean.
Thanks, Joker. I don't know, whatever sort of blue shifting is going on.
2 years and everything hits the crapper. That'll teach you to die on me. Can you believe this, Commander? It's my baby. Better than new. It fits me like a glove. And leather seats. Military may set the hardware standard, but on a first-gen frigate, they could care less if the seats breathe. Civilian sector comfort by design.
Sorry.
Reproduction is not intended to be perfect, Mr. Moreau. Seamless improvements were made.
And there's the downside. I liked the Normandy when she was beautiful and quiet. Now she's got this thing I don't want to talk about. It's like ship cancer.
I don't agree with this thing about leather seats. They are not very breathable. I have a leather couch, and it gets quite warm. I think I'd rather have more mesh. Unless you have the leather, like in some new cars that have like the cooling, they have like vents and like fans in them. That's where you gotta go. I don't think Edie is a bad thing either. You know, very helpful in a lot of circumstances. But it is kind of weird that you're just sort of handed all of this. Handed this, you know, massive ship. He invested so much money into Shepard and to bringing all these people together. Like, there's got to be some other end goal. The saying is there is no free lunch, and that's kind of what we're in right now.
I don't trust them. We still need to move ahead, but it's all too convenient.
Maybe you're right. I guess it's hard to argue when they install an AI to spy on us. We're staying though, right? I mean, the seat is real leather.
Good to see you're keeping it all in perspective, Joker.
Leather?
Talk with Edie a little bit.
Shepard.
We already know what room this is.
I want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
Your job.
What do you do aboard the ship?
I operate the ship's electronic and cyber warfare suites in combat. My reaction time is much faster than any organic. I collate the records of shipboard monitoring devices for the Elusive Man. I serve additional functions which are restricted at this time.
Additional function? She went all red and stuff, I think like a security feature.
Restricted functions? Like what?
I do not know. Some of my databases are sealed, some of my hardware is kept offline. I assume that when certain unknown conditions are met, those functions will be released to me.
Okay. So I guess there are monitoring devices.
The Elusive Man has monitoring devices on board?
He has invested most of Cerberus's resources into the design and construction of this ship. He has an interest in monitoring our progress.
Okay. And of course we know cyber warfare.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
Yeah, let's not dig too much into her. I'm sure other people have, so if you really want to find out more about Edie, you can. But just AI sort of construct, and we'll learn a little bit more later as well.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
So sort of leave that. Let's go talk with Jacob and Miranda. Sort of get a little bit of a sprint now that we are outside of combat. That's a good thing that they added in. Weapon lock, we don't really have a lot of weapons.
Commander, there hasn't been time to really settle in and take stock. I want to say that working with you is a great opportunity to do something that matters. It's a privilege to serve on the Normandy, Commander.
Not gonna be an a-hole again. Like that's one of the options where it's like, oh well, I didn't really want you on board. Like, really, dude? You really gotta be like that?
You may change your tune if we end up like the original Normandy.
Maybe. As long as the elusive man walks his talk, and you do the same, I'll do my best to make sure we succeed. That's been the condition for my service so far. I have issues with certain actions Cerberus has taken in the past.
You and me both.
What has Cerberus done to make you nervous?
A lot. They've been called terrorists, and with good reason. Doubt you can find a more checkered past. But if the Collector threat is real, and we do something about it, Cerberus will be remembered differently. Or we'll all be tried and executed. Can't count on people thinking about it as hard as I have.
Yeah, that's true. Cerberus has a shady past. We know from our Mass Effect 1 playthrough that, I don't know, some of the stuff that they were doing with, like, Thorian Creepers and some of the Rachni wasn't the best, so hopefully they're trying to shift it and, you know, do something good.
It's good to hear a clear opinion. Sounds like we're two of a kind.
That honors me more than you, Commander. Let me know if you need anything.
Alright, cool. Sort of an initial talking to with Jacob. Not a whole lot. Don't need to go to the briefing comm room yet. He's not really talking to anybody yet. One of the things that we did learn is that we have some private messages. So let's take a look at those. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. With some of the downloads that I have, like Incisor Sniper Rifle and the Arc Projector are some weapons. We've got some of the armor, some missions. Like the MSV Rosalie and Project Firewalker. Normandy Crash Site is one of them. Zaid Masani is, I think, a free sort of download. And this one is not part. So I usually mark everything as red. I don't like that it defaults to going to the top. So yeah, Admiral Anderson wants to talk with us. So we'll head back to the Citadel at some point and go talk with him.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
I already checked it. We're good. You gotta cool your jets. Let's go take a look and see if we have any fish. Just one of the things that I was talking about before. And yeah, we don't. So here's our fish tank. When we go to like the Citadel, we can pick up fish and that sort of stuff. And we have Liara in the sort of picture frame over there. We have the Normandy as one of our ships. It's available there. We've got a toilet. You've got some music and some other stuff over here. It's just sort of the chill area. Not gonna spend too much time in here, of course, because we've got better things to do. Let's go talk to Miranda, Lawson, and then we head down to... Actually, let's head down to engineering. There's a few people that we can talk to down there. There's some sort of random pickups we can do, yeah, with these engineers over here.
You came all the way down here to see us?
You're speaking to our commanding officer.
I didn't hear an officer on deck. I run this ship military. Do you two think this is all a joke?
Yes, sir. I mean, no, sir.
Won't happen again, sir.
At ease. Who are you?
I'm Engineer Ken Donnelly, handling the power control systems. This is Gabby.
That's Engineer Gabriella Daniels, actually. I'm responsible for the propulsion systems.
What can we do for you, Commander?
Nah, don't really need to get the backstory, but I do know that there's something that we can pick up for them.
Are you set up okay down here?
We can't complain. I just wish it didn't take so long to calibrate the FBA arrays.
Kenneth, you're complaining.
What's
What
the
kind of
issue?
problems are you having?
When they upgraded the Normandy design, they got a bit sloppy with the FBA couplings. I won't bore you with the tech, but there is an array of attenuators in the primary power transfer system that channels the field bleed.
Kenneth, you're boring the commander with
You're
tech.
boring me with
In
tech.
short, if we had T6 FBA couplings installed, it'd save us a lot of maintenance time each day.
Okay, so put that on the requisition order and we'll be all good.
Why isn't something like that already installed?
It's probably just a design oversight. Efficiency isn't affected. It's a maintenance issue.
Also, the T6 model can be hard to find. Nash and Stellar Dynamics discontinued them.
We could probably find used ones in the Omega markets, but we have no time for shore leave.
Okay, so that'll be one of the things we can take up down in Omega.
Will do, Commander. I'm amazed Shepard came down to see it.
I told you he would.
Well, we'll be down a few more times, so don't worry. We'll talk with them. So I could give you the tour of the ship, but there's really not a whole lot that's available to us with the limited amount of crew that we have. So bathrooms are back there. We've got the crew area over here. And we've got an old friend, Dr. Chakwas, running the medbay.
Commander Shepard, I watched the Normandy crumble with you on board. It's good to see you alive.
I think that we never talked with her in my Mass Effect 1 playthrough, or not, like, on our own, so...
Nice to see a familiar face, Doctor.
I feel the same. I wish more of the original crew could be here. The kind of trauma you endured would have changed most people. But not you, I see. Welcome back, Shepard.
Do you have everything you need?
I believe so. This medical bay seems very much like the sick bay on the original Normandy. Only thing missing are my private reserves. I even had a bottle of Ceres Ice brandy that I was saving for a special occasion.
Well, let's go get another one. Let's crack it open.
I'll keep an eye out for a replacement bottle.
Oh, you needn't. It's expensive, and we have much larger concerns ahead.
So yeah, what happened with the Alliance and joining Cerberus?
Doctor, you've been with the Alliance for years. Why leave now?
After the Normandy was lost, the surviving crew was reassigned. I was stationed at the Mars Naval Medical Center, a very respectable position, but it wasn't on a starship.
We already asked her if she needs anything.
Colonial military life isn't for you?
I've spent most of my life on warships, never knowing what the next mission might bring. I'm used to the hum of engines, the creaking of bulkheads, that subtle vertigo when the momentum dampeners kick in. Life planetside is just too static, too boring.
So then, joining Cerberus, would they just like walk up to you and be like, hey, you wanna work in the medical bay?
You're not the Cerberus type, Doctor.
I don't work for Cerberus. I work for you. On a mission that may be crucial to the survival of the human race.
Okay.
I have faith that your dealings with Cerberus will be ethical. I trust you, Commander.
That's good. So we've, have a few of the old crew members.
I'll see you later, Doctor.
Commander.
Well, so far only one. But we'll see. Oh, wait, no, two. Sorry, I'm being dumb.
Chef surprise again? Come on, Rupert.
I'm sorry, Princess. Filet mignon and kep, Commander Shepard, the hero of the Citadel. You did humanity proud that day.
A fan.
Sergeant Rupert Gardner here. How can I be of service?
Okay, so he's the cook. Let's see if he needs something.
Do you have everything you need?
I make do. But have you ever tried to prepare a decent meal with military provisions? I'm good, but I'm no miracle worker. Taking down the collectors is going to be rough business. The crew deserves a few fine meals before they throw themselves into the fire.
Okay, so what, you want me to go pick up supplies?
What do you need?
If I had some quality ingredients... Oh, shit. You've got more to worry about than grocery shopping on the Citadel. Forget I mentioned it.
Yeah, we'll go do it.
If I head that way, I'll keep an eye out.
Much appreciated. Most of this list is probably standard fare for those namby-pambies on the Citadel. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
I think it should be okay. Guy's not that interesting.
I won't take any more of your time.
Back to work.
Work. But yeah, it's just, if we can get some better food up in here, I'll be happy. I want hamburgers right now, actually.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Normandy status.
Anything I should know regarding the Normandy?
The crew's working well, and the ship appears to be performing to specifications.
Okay.
What exactly are your duties, aside from keeping an eye on me?
I'm the elusive man's agent. You're his most important asset. My job is to make sure you succeed. Aside from that, I send regular reports to the elusive man, updating our status.
Okay. So just kind of just checking up on us and making sure everyone's in line. Okay. Well, let's talk with her. Let's get to know Miranda.
You have a minute, Miranda?
No doubt you've got a lot of questions. Cerberus isn't as evil as most people believe. If I can help allay any of your concerns, I'd be happy to do so. So, what would you like to know?
The elusive man.
What can you tell me about the elusive man?
Not much that you don't already know. Even I don't have access to most of his background. And you've seen more of him than most ever do. It's rare for him to become directly involved in missions, but you're something special. Whatever else people might say about him, I can assure you he's got humanity's best interests at heart. That includes you and me.
But why?
How can you be sure of that if you know so little about him?
I didn't get to where I am without knowing how to gauge people's motives and ambitions, even from brief encounters. He's no saint, and he'd be the first to admit it. But he is committed. Humanity couldn't have a better advocate.
Okay. So, yeah, what about the resources? They seem to have unlimited money.
What kind of resources does Cerberus have?
We're very well funded, though I doubt anyone other than the elusive man knows exactly how well. But our resources aren't unlimited. Reviving you and rebuilding the Normandy was a significant investment, and a significant risk. We're all hoping you can do the impossible, Shepard. No pressure.
What is Cerberus? Meh. Goals? Meh. What about her, though? I'm not gonna get too deep because we gotta keep Liara as the main romance option. But we'll get to know Miranda a bit more.
Tell me about yourself, Miranda.
Oh, I guess that's fair. I've spent the last 2 years learning everything there is to know about you. Well, you should probably know that I've had extensive genetic modification. Not my decision, but I make the most of it. It's one of the reasons the elusive man handpicked me. I'm very good at just about anything I choose to do.
Genetically modified.
What level of genetic modification are we talking about?
That's very thorough. Physically, I'm superior in many ways. I heal quickly, and I'll likely live half again as long as the average human. My biotic abilities are also very advanced. For a human. Add to that some of the best training and education money can buy, and, well, it's pretty impressive, really.
I wouldn't say perfect.
You certainly don't lack for confidence.
It's just a fact. My reflexes, my strength, even my looks, they're all designed to give me an edge. No point in hiding from it. It's the reason I'm trusted to oversee the most dangerous, risky, and technically demanding operations Cerberus undertakes. And it's why I was assigned to you. It's my job to make sure you succeed, Shepard.
Yeah, we already got the genetically modified part, so interesting. So, she's a GMO, genetically modified.
Miranda. I'll talk to you later.
Of course, Commander. Whatever you need.
Organism is what I'll go with, a GMO. Interesting to just sort of hear her talk, and Cerberus isn't all that bad. Give him a chance, you know, you'll be okay, and I guess we'll see. I think Miranda learns quite a bit about Cerberus as well that she didn't exactly expect either. Alright, cool. So we sort of talked with a lot of the crew, just got where their head's at. Checking time, we're not too bad, so... Okay, so we're already in the area. Let me check the fuel we have. We have just about no fuel. Oh, yes. Exploration. So I think what I'll have to do is do that outside of a video. One of the very boring things about this game is the new way of collecting resources. And it involves mind-numbing, just probing of planets in order to get resources. So what you do, and I'll show you, I guess, on maybe Alcara.
I have detected an anomaly.
So this is what you do. You start it up. You can see on the right that there's a sort of graph that displays
Probe away.
numbers of...
In research projects, palladium is used to upgrade heavy pistols, armor, and cybernetics.
Yeah, so as you do the probes, you collect resources and all that fun stuff.
On research projects, iridium is used to upgrade heavy weapons, submachine guns, and assault rifles.
Okay, so we've got an anomaly. That's the Normandy crash site. So yes, the very boring part, and I will show you just one planet of doing this. Where you have to go up and down. You gotta pretty much comb it like that to try and get all the resources. What I usually do is
Probe launched. In research projects, platinum is used to upgrade sniper rifles, shotguns, and medical equipment.
I'll usually go until I get to moderate or poor scanner results. So that means that, you know, you've gotten most of the resources off a planet, but not all of them.
Launching probe.
Once you're in the depleted phase of the scanner results is when you've found most of the items. I think almost all of them. There's very little left on the planet.
Probe away.
So yeah, we're at moderate. We're almost at the beginning of actually where the Normandy was. So I think we'll get down to poor with this one. There we go. Okay. And that's good enough for me. Usually about 10 probes per planet if they're rich. I usually don't mess with anything less than a rich resource planet. So let's land on here and let's see about the Normandy crash site. I think what we'll do is we'll do the Normandy crash site and then we'll call it quits there. And afterwards we'll move on to Omega. I might do some resource gathering in between, but we'll see. So this is the original Normandy that we're going to go visit. As you can tell, this is where it eventually crashed. Of course, it's called the Normandy crash site, so... let's take a look around. Ah, the Mako. Let's go pick that up and start driving that around again. Oh. Whoa. Okay. Sorry, I forget how to put my weapon away. H. Alright. So yeah, one of the things we have to do here is collect dog tags. So this is where we started. So I'm gonna go... usually go the other way, but I'm gonna go in the opposite direction this time. I think there's 20 of them. Yeah. I usually miss like one on my initial sweep of the place. We are gonna head up here. Sort of run a little bit. Yeah, one of the other things that we brought a monument along with us, and we get to place it wherever we want. And as we go, we're gonna get these flashbacks showing what it looked like before, what it is now, just to show you the destruction that's occurred. Nothing really important, just kind of interesting to look at. This is not where I want to place it yet. Haven't decided exactly where. Okay. Some element 0 there. So let's keep going up to the right here. That's right, I did switch up the controls a little bit. So instead of pressing space for everything, I have E and space. I think E and shift as the options. So as you can tell, I'm pressing E, which is what Mass Effect 2 was. Since I'm used to it, I wanted to keep that going. A lot of other games use E as like a use button anyway. I don't know why they switched it to space. They sort of cheaped out on a lot of the, I guess I would say the quick keys, if you will. So before, you used to be able to press specific keys to open up like the squad menu or the journal, the codex. With this game, they instead decided to just scrap that, set, you know, F it, and you have to go all the way through the regular menu now. So if I want to get to the squad, I have to open up the regular menu, then go into the squad, and it's just, it's like, why? Why do this? Now, some of the stuff BioWare changed up in this game I like. While I am a fan of RPG elements, the Mass Effect 1 RPG elements were just no good. I loved it, I think, my first playthrough, but second and third time around, it was just cumbersome. You're collecting a bunch of items, you're selling most of it. Kind of sucked. So this is sort of Presley's journal. So at first he's like, all the damn aliens on board. Doesn't trust them, damned Asari and a Quarian, he thinks it's a zoo. Second one, it seems like he talked with the Quarian, I think she's on some kind of pilgrimage, trying to improve her home ship. This is sort of where you start to see, he's warming up a little bit, and then the third one, for a while now I'm taking a look back at past entries in this journal. He can't understand how blind he was at the time. So he thought that humanity was on its own, and now with all the aliens on board, it's totally changed his outlook. He's proud to say he would die for any member of this crew, regardless of what world they were born on. So it's cool to see this sort of progression with the character, even though the man died in the opening sequence. Sorry, Presley. You were a good-ish guy. Didn't really talk with him too much in Mass Effect 1. I think he was the second in command. Okay. So we've got our trusty Mako over here. Mako is a terrible, terrible vehicle. Definitely not placing the monument right there. Just making sure we're not missing any dog tags. So I think we've gotten most of them so far. Alright, another dog tag. I don't know why they're in crates. Yeah, that seems kind of weird to me, but I'm just playing the game, I'm not the one making it. Okay. Ah, almost missed one. Seeing like that, you easily miss some of these dog tags when they're just off in corners like that. This one's all the way out in, you know, the very edge of the map. Shepherd can't run more than 5 feet without being winded. So we've got sort of the middle section right here. Dog tag up here. Pick that up. Shouldn't be anything else. Okay. Got another one right there. Perfect. Another one. You know, and we've got one to the left. So we're what, up to 17? Up to 18 after grabbing this one. Ah, okay. Ashley Williams. I thought that this was more of the eating area, not where Ashley was. I'm not going to argue with these sort of flashbacks that they're giving. More of there for show, not really for, you know, like, oh, this is completely 100% accurate. I don't know. Not really a big deal. So let's pick up 19. And now we are at the problem. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay. It says the name right there. I think it would be fitting to put the monument that we brought right here. Let me collect the final dog tag. See if I can place it. Yes, okay. So we got 20 out of 20. That's good. Placing the Normandy monument there to tell everybody. What, did he just pull that out of his ass or something? Could have used some more of that music. It was pretty cool. And we're right next to the shuttle, so let's hop on out of here. Great. Cool. Holster. Okay, there you go. By pressing H. I don't know why H. They must have used every other sort of key. Because The Witcher 3, it's whatever number buttons, depending on the sword you have, is sort of sheathing the sword.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Let's just check the journal just to be sure. We don't have any... So we picked those up. The crash site we did. And the families of all missing crew members have been notified. Yeah, okay. Let's take a look, and yeah, they received the crash site data. Found the dog tag, so that's good. Mark that as red, and we're good to go. Let's assume our position at the helm again. And I think this is where we'll stop. So we just sort of chatted with all the crew members, introduced ourselves to some of the newer ones, saw some old faces, of course with Joker, but also with Dr. Chakwas, and got to go visit the Normandy crash site and collect all the dog tags for all of the crew members that unfortunately died in that attack by the collectors. So thanks everybody for watching. I think next week we're going to have another Mass Effect 2 episode. It'll be part 4, so be sure to watch for that. We're going to go to Omega and hopefully find Dr. Morden Solis, as well as do some other random side missions and whatever else comes our way when we get there. So yeah, be sure to tune in next week for that. Keep watching the videos. Let me know how they're going. Like, subscribe, the usual YouTube stuff. You know how to do it already. Let me know how the videos are going, and if there's anything you'd like me to change, let me know that as well. I think we're done here today. So thanks again, everybody. This is Tatman, signing off.